Myself Ashegla Devi, Assistant Professor in Rohini College of Engineering and Technology. Today we are going to discuss about the subject CS 8792 Cryptography and Network Security. In Cryptography and Network Security subject, under Unit 3, that is Public Key Cryptography, we are going to discuss about the algorithm RSA. What is the outcome is, on successful completion of this module, the student should be able to summarize the concept of RSA algorithm. So before entering into the concept of RSA, we must know what is asymmetric key. So we have two keys, symmetric keys and asymmetric key. What is symmetric key means? Both the sender side and the receiver side, if it uses the same key, means we call it as a symmetric key. Asymmetric key means we are using two keys, which is called as the public key and the private key. So here this RSA is a asymmetric key encryption algorithm. We have two different algorithms for asymmetric key cipher. One is RSA algorithm, another one is Diffie-Hellman algorithm. So in this lecture, we are going to discuss about the RSA algorithm. So the RSA algorithm is an asymmetric cryptography algorithm. This means that it uses the public key and the private key. So what is the meaning of public key is? A public key is normally it's shared publicly, while the private key is kept secret. And now we are going to discuss about the RSA algorithm and how they are choosing the key and all those things. First, they have to choose two large prime numbers P and Q. Example, 1024 bits each. Then the second step is we have to compute the n value, where n is equal to P into Q and pi is equal to P in minus 1 into Q minus 1. The third step is you have to choose E, where the E value must be less than n, that is no common factor with pi. That is E comma pi are relatively prime. The fourth step is you have to choose the D such that E power D minus 1 is exactly divisible by pi. In the other word, we can say E power D mod pi is equal to 1. And finally, by using this, after computing E and D, we can derive the public key. So what is the value of the public key is n comma E. So we have computed the n value by using P into Q. So now we know the n value and we have computed the E value also. That is, we have find out the relatively prime value. So after computing n and E value, the combination of both the things are called as your public key. So your private key is n and D. So n, for calculating n, what is the formula? The formula is P into Q. For calculating D, we have the formula ED mod pi. That is E into D mod pi, which is must be equal to 1. That is, we have to choose the D in such that it should be exactly divisible by pi. And how the encryption and decryption is performed. So first we have computed the public key and private key. After computing the public key n comma E and private key n comma D, we have to encrypt and decrypt the algorithm. So first you are going to discuss about the encryption. So to encrypt a bit pattern M, first how we can compute the cipher is ciphertext C is equal to M power E mod N. And for decryption, that is, what is encryption means? Converting a original message into a ciphertext is called as encryption. What is decryption is converting a ciphertext to a original message is called as decryption. So for decryption, what is the formula is M is equal to C power D mod N. So in this diagram, we have explained about the RSA algorithm. Ali send a message to Bob. So he is going to use the RSA algorithm. In RSA, we are going to perform encryption and decryption. So first, we are going to do encryption. How we can do the encryption? By using the formula C is equal to P power E mod N. And then it is after calculating E and D, we can find out this C is equal to P power E mod N. That is, after encryption, we can have the ciphertext. The ciphertext is sent to the receiver side. So in the receiver side, we have to do the decryption process by using the formula P is equal to C power E mod N. So here where E is a public key value and the D is the private key value. D has the private key value. And after encryption, after this decryption process, the ciphertext is converted into a plain text. So this is a normal working of an RSA algorithm.